In just 11 official matches as Chelsea's manager, Enzo Maresca has already made a noticeable impact. With 7 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses, Chelsea has scored 23 goals, averaging over 2 goals per game. But the real story isn't just about the stats, it's the tactical transformation happening under Maresca. Today, we'll break down his strategies and how they are shaping Chelsea's performances on the pitch. Welcome to Chelsea Tactical Views. If you're passionate about tactical analysis and want to get a deeper understanding of how Chelsea operates on the field, this is the channel for you. We bring you the latest insights and detailed breakdowns of Chelsea's tactical setups, performances, and key decisions. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more in-depth tactical reviews and analysis every week. In this video, we will break down Enzo Maresca's impact at Chelsea into 5 sections: 1 formation and team shape, 2 possession and build-up play, 3 defensive and pressing structure, 4 key players and their roles, 5 attacking play. Make sure to stay tuned until the end for a full analysis. Chelsea's formation and tactical approach have undergone significant changes under Enzo Maresca's management. On paper, the team lines up in a 4-2-3-1, but in practice, Chelsea frequently alternates between 3 distinct formations throughout a match, rarely staying in the 4-2-3-1 for extended periods. In the build-up phase, Chelsea transitions into a 3-2-4-1 setup. This shift occurs as either the right or left fullback tucks into midfield, forming a back 3 alongside the center-backs. Meanwhile, one of the holding midfielders, typically Enzo Fernandez, advances into an attacking role, slotting into the left-sided number 10 position. This tactical maneuver is not just about pushing players forward, it is a calculated strategy designed to create short passing lanes and facilitate controlled progression from defense through midfield into attack. By positioning 4 players in central midfield zones, Chelsea achieves a numerical superiority that helps them maintain control over the middle of the pitch. This not only aids in ball retention, but also makes it easier for Chelsea to bypass the opponent's press and advance the ball up the field. Additionally, this overload in the center often forces the opposition's defensive line to stretch wide, creating space in central attacking areas where Chelsea can exploit gaps and break through the defense. Chelsea's build-up play is highly dependent on the opposition's pressing strategy. But under Enzo Maresca, they have developed various methods to play out from the back. When facing a man-to-man press, Chelsea's structure adapts by shifting from a back 3 to a back 4, with the goalkeeper playing a key role as an additional outlet. The right and left center-backs split wide, effectively operating as auxiliary fullbacks. This creates width and forces the opposition to commit more players forward, which in turn opens up one-on-one situations for Chelsea's attackers, giving them space to exploit in behind. If the opposition doesn't bite and maintain their shape, Chelsea can still break the press by overloading specific zones. Using numerical superiority, they combine in tight spaces with short, quick passes to bypass the opposition's press, progressing the ball through the lines. When the opponent decides to sit back and overload the central areas, Maresca's tactical approach sees Chelsea shift their box midfield into a diamond shape. This positional adjustment allows Chelsea's wide midfielders, usually Cole Palmer on the right and Enzo Fernandez on the left, to form passing triangles with the center-backs and wingers, facilitating smoother ball progression from the back through the middle. This is a stark contrast to Mauricio Pochettino's tactics, which largely focus on advancing the ball through the wings, relying more heavily on width rather than central overloads or positional rotations. Chelsea's defensive structure and pressing game have seen significant improvements under Enzo Maresca, in addition to their refined build-up and possession-based play. Defensively, Chelsea has reduced their goals conceded per game from 1.6 under Mauricio Pochettino to 1.1, showing clear progress in their overall defensive organization and pressing tactics. Maresca's pressing system is a mix of proactive and reactive strategies. When Chelsea loses possession, they initiate an aggressive counter-press, often referred to as gegenpressing, aiming to win the ball back immediately in advanced areas. This counterpress usually occurs following a misplaced pass or a loose touch by the opposition. Chelsea's press is reactive, meaning that when possession is lost, nearby players quickly swarm the ball carrier, closing down space and applying intense pressure to force an error or regain control. However, when the opposition manages to maintain possession and build their attack, Chelsea transitions into a mid-block defensive structure. This typically sees the wingers, usually Jadon Sancho and Noni Madueke, drop deeper to form a compact 4-4-2 shape, with Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson acting as the first line of defense. This mid-block allows Chelsea to cut off passing lanes through the center while maintaining good shape to quickly transition into a counterattack. The 4-4-2 formation is especially effective in denying central penetration, forcing the opposition to play wide where Chelsea can apply pressure in less dangerous areas. In defensive transition situations, especially when Chelsea is exposed to a counterattack, they adjust into a more compact 5-4-1 defensive block. Here, one of the wingers drops into the backline to provide additional cover, while Palmer shifts into midfield to reinforce central areas. For example, if the threat comes from the left wing, Sancho will drop into the defensive line alongside Marc Cucurella to create a temporary back five. If the counterattack comes from the right side, Madueke will drop back to support Malo Gusto. This 5-4-1 formation allows Chelsea to absorb pressure while maintaining defensive solidity and reducing the opponent's space in wide areas. A notable difference between Maresca's system and Pochettino's high-pressing philosophy is the use of pressing triggers. In Maresca's system, pressing isn't constant, but instead is selectively activated based on specific cues, such as a defender's misplaced pass or poor control. This structured pressing allows Chelsea to conserve energy while being highly effective at winning the ball in advantageous positions. A prime example of this pressing trigger was seen in Chelsea's 4-2 win against Brighton. When Adam Webster misplaced a pass, Chelsea's press was immediately triggered. Nicholas Jackson pounced on the mistake, won the ball, and assisted Cole Palmer for the opening goal. One of the most significant differences between Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea and Enzo Maresca's Chelsea lies in the specific roles assigned to the players, reflecting the distinct tactical philosophies of both managers. Under Maresca, the tactical framework is more dynamic and fluid, especially in how the fullbacks, midfielders, and forwards operate in both phases of the game. In Maresca's system, the fullbacks play a crucial role not only in attack, but also as an additional defensive layer. When Chelsea lose possession or face transitional moments, the wingback, whether it's Malo Gusto or Marc Cucurella, drops into midfield alongside Moises Caicedo to form a double pivot. This helps shield the center of the pitch, reducing the burden on Caicedo, who would otherwise have to cover too much ground when Enzo Fernandez pushes forward to support the attack. By utilizing this pivot, Chelsea maintain midfield stability and prevent opposition counters through the center, creating a solid defensive structure that can quickly regain possession. The roles of Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer are central to Maresca's tactical setup. Both players are given the freedom to drop deep into midfield to dictate the tempo and progress the ball through line-breaking passes. This deeper positioning allows them to link play between defense and attack, ensuring a smooth transition from back to front. Cole Palmer, in particular, has thrived in this role, contributing not only with assists, but also scoring goals himself, thanks to the freedom provided by Maresca's fluid attacking structure. When in possession, Maresca's Chelsea often deploys a 3-2-5 or 3-1-6 formation, depending on the match scenario. The back three typically consists of Wesley Fofana, Marc Cucurella, and Levi Colwill. This provides defensive stability while allowing the wingbacks, Gusto or Cucurella, to push high up the pitch. In this setup, the wide players, Jadon Sancho and Noni Madueke, maintain width, stretching the opposition defense horizontally and creating gaps for Enzo Fernandez and Palmer to exploit through the middle. This width not only helps to disorganize the defensive block, but also creates crossing opportunities for the attackers. In more aggressive attacking phases, the formation can shift into a 3-1-6 shape. One fullback, usually Gusto or Cucurella, pushes even higher to join the forward line, creating a numerical overload in the final third. This overload forces the opposition to defend deeper and wider, opening up central lanes for incisive passes or creating space for players like Palmer and Jackson to receive the ball between the lines or in behind the defense. Although Maresca's tenure at Chelsea is still in its early stages, the tactical improvements are already clear. Chelsea's current style of play is both fluid and aggressive, offering a blend of defensive solidity and creative freedom. The focus on positional rotations, quick transitions, and pressing triggers has made Chelsea one of the most exciting teams to watch this season. Fans can be optimistic about the future, as these tactical foundations provide a strong platform for success. If Maresca continues to refine his system, Chelsea have the potential to end the season with silverware. Thanks for watching this tactical analysis on Chelsea under Enzo Maresca. If you enjoyed the content and want to support the channel, consider joining our membership program. Your support helps me create more in-depth tactical breakdowns and provide quality content for Chelsea fans. We've just surpassed 2K subscribers, and I'm excited to continue growing this community with all of you. See you in the next video.